Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays. Enter the Gungeon. Dude, last run, free-wheeling, free-flowing, and hey brother, we got a win going. Now, I know you're like, where's the challenge runs? Where's the challenge? No, I shouldn't make you sound angry. You're probably not angry. You're probably just like, you know, where's the variety, Eggman? It's on my list of things to do. If anything, if you're a big fan of Gungeon, you should be stoked. Now, this is a little bit of spin, but let me work it, okay? You should be stoked that there's no challenge runs yet, because it's an indication that, you know, I love the game so much that I'm not making that stuff like a priority to do immediately. Instead, I'm like, we'll get to it when we get to it, which means we're going to be around for a while. I mean, we're already approaching, you know, we're getting close to the 3 months of Gungeon mark, which is a real surprise for me. You know, it has, I don't want to say interrupted. It has caused variety to be a little bit scarcer. But in return, we really have, dare I say, entered the Gungeon. Finally. You know, we did, help. My first run through of the game, you know, back in the, you know, right around its release, we beat Bullet Hell a few times. I think we beat every active character's past at the time. You know, it wasn't like we didn't perform well, but we definitely did not get to the level of acumen that I'm at here. And they've added so much more that, you know, there's more to master. Now, let me rephrase. Just because we won one run, I'm not saying we've mastered Enter the Gungeon. Well, I don't know. We did just get a master round, so are you calling the developers liars? It's a medical kit. I'm not even close to being mad. Yo, there's a key back there, you fool! They won't, the rat doesn't take him, right? Rat doesn't take him? Thank you. That's huge. But if you really wanted to make me particularly happy, what you would now do is give me a vampire. If you give me Vampire Man, we could get a lot of value out of this. But I do want to also, I'm going to go look it up on the wiki once we finish scouting out the rest of the floor. I want to be sure that Medkit is not just like a one-time heal to full HP, and instead is kind of like, I don't know, like 1 HP or half a heart every time it charges up. Even if it has a long charge time, you know, I'd find that completely acceptable. So how do, oh, pet your dog. How do I feel about Winchester? I honestly think it's not that good. However, is this Unity? It is Unity. So the more guns you have, the more damage they do. Hold on. No secret rooms. No secret rooms. However, I think it's okay as a weak enemy room clearer. So, you know, for our first few floors here, I think it's okay. Anything that one-taps, you know, basic enemies, I'm not going to be super against it. If it is indeed a reusable, heal, that's pretty big. You know, I am predisposed to not respect HP in roguelites and instead focus on like, oh, just DPS is the be-all end-all. But that's not necessarily true in all of these games. Hey, get over here. Don't do it. He's got to go. Like, particularly for Gungeon, both the Rat and, in my opinion, the Advanced Dragon, they require a certain amount of HP that, for me, right about now, is usually in the 5 or 6 range. Let's go. Not a mimic. Flare gun synergizes. With the medical kit. Yo, and okay. Commando, it's not a 10 out of 10 gun, but it's a great boss killer for us. And flare gun is also a nice, it's a good gun to soften enemies up with. I think. So we have to buy the key, and then can't afford crutch. Jar of Bees would take medical kit's place. So, medical kit Gungeon. Heals the player 4 hearts on use. It's a single use item. Okay. But the flare gun gets 50% damage bonus, which is nice. So it heals for 4 hearts once. It's a great item to have and to use maybe on the rat fight. This actually gives me some renewed confidence. The downside of it is fairly obvious. Unfortunately, single use equals we can't really, like, there's no value in holding it until we want to use it, which is the real downside, I guess. You know, what I mean by that specifically is, like, it's not like we can leverage its existence. That was just dumb. But it's not like we can leverage its existence. That was even dumber. While we're holding it, you know, just for temporary little heals for things that might be deemed necessary or appropriate. Instead, like, if we get other spacebar items that show up, we have to weigh their usefulness very carefully against the fact that, essentially, this item, if you want to... I mean, I've literally, like, never used it, but if you want to bring it back down to brass tacks, essentially this item brings us back from the dead once. The good news is, if it's a bad spacebar item, that means the run's probably going okay, and at least it's an item that you can actually get some usefulness out of one time, even if you get something that's basically strictly better right after. That's kind of where I'm at right there, because I'm like, you know, Potion of Lead Skin is relatively great, I think, but let's not get too attached to that right out of the get-go, because to be honest, we just, oh, hello. Probably can't afford that, keys, and also the nod key all in one. And, you know, a whole floor full of interesting commentary, fights, items, etc., etc. It's way more valuable than one stinky spacebar item. So, we're almost done with the Winchester. What's the main benefit of the Winchester? Oh, I'm glad you asked. The main benefit of the Winchester is it did a fantastic job of saving crossbow ammo. It's just slightly worse than the crossbow, I think. And as a result, it was a much better choice to use early. Now we'll go back to the crossbow. I got no problem using the flare gun either. The fact that it's got bonus damage now probably makes it pretty usable, especially when you consider boss rooms are basically spoken for a while. Yeah, that's fair. Because of the commando. It's one of those things where people will be like, why'd you jump in the poison? And I'm like, well, you know, you don't get a whole lot of time to plan your dodges in normal circumstances. I looked in one path and was like, oh, if I dodge there, I'm definitely going to end up getting hit by another bullet. So I said to myself, we might as... The other path is better by default, because this path is guaranteed damage. Now, the other path was guaranteed damage. Except this time, there's no miraculous dodge saving us from getting sucked up by the poison pool. But, you know, just Miyazaki, take that as inspiration for Dark Souls 8. Still enemies, huh? I should have seen that shot coming a mile away. Now, I think it's disingenuous to be like, you know, oh, thank God we got a medical kit. Because to be honest, this is like, this is not an uncommon position for us to be in on the oubliette. Oftentimes lose quite a lot of HP down here relative to the amount we have at the time. Don't knock him into the drink. We need the casings. Thank you. Thank you. Ah. You can knock him into the drink. I got a little nervous there. Alright. Good news is, for boss killing, we got nothing to worry about. You don't need 2 shots, right? I don't think you need 2 shots. Wait, hold on. I need to go back. I swear to God, I know we're having a Ralph Wiggum moment. You know, I saw the baby, and the baby smiled at me. Winked at me, I think is the actual line. But I sort of feel like that thing was a mimic. Yo, the flare gun with better reload timing. I'm not turning up my nose because I got a problem with its baggy clothes. You know what I mean? He was a skater boy. She's not a mimic. Okay. I actually think that the flare gun, even though most of the time you'd probably be like, ah, the flare gun's best use is like, you know, putting a status effect on the boss. And I do think that's true. I think you might actually look to it as like a backup boss killer. I don't think his DPS is great, but I think its DPS is like adequate. Go ahead. I don't need the casings here. Oops. And to prove it, I will kill the rat using only the flare gun. No, I can't back that up. This just seems like a terrible idea. As much as I would love to do, well, no, I wouldn't, because it would be very tedious, but, you know. As much as in principle I would love to have something like that on my resume, I think it would be very bad and boring. Nice, nice, good dodge. Just keeping him honest. What does that mean? I don't know. It's just something you say when you made a mistake. So I think we can gun force. Yo, Blank Lord. Love to see it. Potion of Mimic Friendship. Fair enough. We don't need to blank the boss. You know, this is a boss where if we need to blank him, something's gone heinously wrong. I'm ready. We would like a gun from the boss, though. Ideally. I'm not going to sweat it too much. But it would be for the best. Dude, Commando is doing exactly what it needs to do. This is not a gun you finish fighting the boss and you're like, well, we killed the boss. And we still have 80% of our ammo left. You know, this is an item where, like, we killed the boss. And it's dry. Not gonna solo the rat by itself at our current level of DPS at least, but it's not quite dry, but it's not exactly full either. Yo, thank you, my friend. Dude, this is a great get. Mass shotgun. Hold on, I just wanted to see what else we... Right, that was... Chests are safer now. Got 124 casings. Are there 2 keys for sale? There's a key for sale. And we could, but I don't think we should. I believe you, but my Tommy gun don't. So let's head down. I think we got a good, like, best of both worlds there. I think that we'll use the flare gun for room clearing. Mass shotgun is kind of like after Commando runs out of ammo, that's our go-to. I think we can be reasonably happy with where we stand right now. And yeah, we could have gotten Potion of Lead Skin. I still think it's the wrong play, though. You know, if you got a problem with the fact that you need to have a lot of casings in order to make it to the rat floor, don't take that up with me. You take that up with Dodge Roll Entertainment. I'm not responsible for that. Table Tech bookshelf. Table Tech shotgun. Okay, well, they're gonna probably tell you what that does. Yeah, okay. You saw it for yourself. Shoots a little shotgun blast anytime we flip over a table. Oh, that was so dumb. Not anytime a table is flipped. Anytime we flip a table. Because those enemies flip the table on us. Come on. Come on. How do you miss in a straight hallway? I was pointed right at him. Almost did it again. I don't like that sewing machine room. Get me out, dude. So casings are fine. Where we're going to struggle here a little bit is I still think room clearing guns have got a little bit of room to grow. We're lucky, to be honest. The flare gun is kind of like the exact same way we were using the Winchester on earlier floors, but better long term. You know? It's, it at least on future floors is not going to be totally useless, because it does put, I don't know why these enemies are exploding occasionally, too. Don't get me wrong. I'm very happy to see it. I just don't understand. At least there will be some use to the flare gun in the future, but yeah, I figured that would be that. We still need, like, just, it doesn't have to be the heroin. It doesn't have to be the Mega Buster. It doesn't have to be the black hole gun. But just something where we go, you know what? As long as we keep getting ammo drops, we can use this long term. But what did I say last run? You might not remember, but for me, it's been like 20 minutes. For me, it was Tuesday. Raul Julia. M. Bison. It's called Cinema. Look it up, sweetheart. The Street Fighter movie, by the way, if you haven't seen it, is horrible. But it's worth watching as like a time capsule of an era when video games, just nobody in Hollywood understood them at all. You might say, well, they still don't understand it because they haven't made any great video game movies. I'm gonna hit you with something you're not gonna love, okay? This is gonna make me seem like an enemy of the gamers. Most video games that get made into movies don't have great stories from a storytelling standpoint. They have great stories for games. It's gonna sound like you're gonna wanna hit me, but just wait it out. When they're told in the game, they're told well. When it's laid out in a conventional, you know, 90 to 120 minute movie can sometimes be incomprehensible. You know, the pacing of a story that unfolds over 30 hours with lots of like gameplay segments in between is much different than something that has to go, you know, blap, 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 you know, get those story beats out on appropriate times. Sorry, where's the blank? There it is. Anyway, what I was gonna say is, what I was gonna say is, I still think the most important thing is, for winning a run in Gungeon overall, I still think the most important thing is just a killer boss killing item. And I do think we're there, Commando Mass Shotgun. We'd like a little bit more, but it's definitely better than good enough. And then, basically, you kill the rat, you get enough keys, you're almost guaranteed to have the Emmentaler. Even if you don't get the Emmentaler, you get enough guns from the fight that, like, unlikely you're gonna screw yourself. I've realized that for this lady, just keep yourself, like, as far away as you can. Then you stand no chance to get hit. Easy flawless. We got a key out of it. We didn't get a gun, we got duffel bag. Doesn't duffel bag let you hold multiple actives? Maybe not. Hold on. Loot bag. It's a long article. Money rewards are doubled. Taking damage causes the player to drop a random amount of money. Oh, like the rings from Sonic. Okay. So, double the bonus, or double the money from killing enemies. Any financial reward, really. But we also run the risk of, sure, I'll fire it once, just to placate you. We also run the risk of, losing some of our own money. So disarming personality is cheaper shops. Let me see what this is. This is an active? That's a passive. Speed up. Which means this is this is a gun, sorry. I will open this. And that's exactly what I was hoping for, and I didn't want to ask for it because I thought it seemed too out there. But yeah, to open a chest that's brown, you know it's going to be a gun. We already had Winchester, so I'm like, I was running it through in my head. I'm like, I think the pool of remaining items is relatively small. All right, so the big thing is we did spend a key, so we need a key on this floor just to be able to get to the rat floor. That sucks, because we probably won't be able to open any other items. On the other hand, Sling it's a 10 out of 10 pickup from a brown chest. It will absolutely destroy bosses for us. I might not be using the Excalibur properly. Maybe the melee damage out of it is, like, incredible, but it is a good room clearer for us. Good damage. Ammo count is not horrible. I'm very happy. So we should be looking for rat room. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm rat. Tried to use the melee. Remember, we're getting double casing payouts. Just a little touchy there. Oh, well worth it. Getting double casing payouts. That's like, I mean, to get double money, it honestly has me feeling like picking this up early. And I think we got it relatively early. Makes it one of the best passives in the game. But I might be looking at it wrong. Kinda don't think I am. Just be smart here. And we still have the medical kit. I really think the way that this is likely to go is we'll probably end up, assuming things go pretty well on the rat floor, decently at least. You know, we'll probably end up in a situation we feel like we use the medical kit during or after the rat fight. Maybe during makes the most sense just to keep us alive if things get a little touchy. Yo, this is a lot of money early on here. We also have a Key Lord. I don't actually like any of those that much, to be honest. Just take this. No rats? No rats. Help. Forgot what I was saying. Well, anyway, at that point, we'll remove the medical kit from our inventory and replace it with something like basically just a better spacebar item from the rat. That's the dream. Now, half the fun in these games is knowing that, you know, that might be how you want things to go. But, you know, the best laid plans of mice and men, etc., etc. Now, if I could just stop releasing the shot before it's charged, I'd be real happy. We can afford to use a blank. Never speak of this moment ever again. To be honest, I think, you know what the best item on this fight has been? Not Sling, which is still doing a bang-up job, but actually our speed upgrade. I feel like for Ammo Conda, Cannon, Balrog, Treadnought. This is like mission critical. To have a speed upgrade is like the best support. The only downside to Sling, and I've brought this up on many occasions, it's user error. But I do hate charged weapons. Wow. I played the tape in my head and I was like, what if we get hit right here at the end? But I didn't think it was possible. I didn't think there was anything over there. It's okay. Shot bow is interesting as well. I think it's more of a room clearer for us. But it's painful, but you just have to get over it. I mean, we beat the rat easily, to be honest. Despite only having 5 HP on our last run. Really thought that would be a one hit, but really? Okay, don't get frustrated. The frustration, when that starts to creep in, it's not fun for anybody. It's not fun for me. It's not fun for the viewer. I mean, to see the streamer frustrated, it is a fun thing, but it's not like, you don't, and you know, I watch streamers now and then. The worst stream for me is when a streamer's like not even enjoying playing a game anymore, but they keep playing it for hours on end. You're like, you know, if you're not having fun, then I'm like super not having fun. It's just like an uncomfortable watch. I'll never get to that point. Okay, you cowards. Where was the rat room? I'll never get to that point in Gungeon, but it is a slippery slope, you know? Sometimes you gotta watch yourself. Sometimes you gotta show me what you're working with. What do you got for me? I do. Oh, jeez. Sorry. So, we're looking for rats. My thinking is that because I didn't notice, I bet we found the rat room early. We started by going off in this direction. And then I went like, we gotta get the rats. Don't ever speak of this. Whoa! Our money. Please. Play. Whatever. I'm not willing to risk it. I mean, I do want to open a chest. Yo, it's a payday mask. Excuse me, sir. It is the 3rd floor. Okay. So we'll just walk through. Why is this floor so small? Something about it feels wrong. It feels like it can't be there. Did I really miss the rats on, like, a room after I started focusing on them? Doesn't seem like... There's the rat room! Probably talking about... Oh, you know what I was talking about? I can't get frustrated. Gotta manage our mental health here. Okay. So we have 2 clowns because we also have a loot bag. Oh! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, my dog friend. We got 5 HP. We got our blanks, that's fine. We'll just shoot this chest open. Really think we could pretty much afford to use... Anything with AoE is going to be a decent room clearer. So I actually think Commando is not a terrible choice, but I think it's going to just blow through ammo a little too quickly. I think Mass Shotgun is fine, but I'll try using the shot bow. I think it'll... That's my pick for what would be best right now. Yo, did you see them freaking there? So, I'm disappointed we screwed up the Flawless against the Treadnought. We had it in the bag. That's why I'm disappointed. Not because we were like, you know, guaranteed to get it, but because we had it in the bag. That being said, we do have like essentially close to 9 HP. You don't actually have 9 because you can't use the med kit on 0, but up right, up right. I apologize, by the way. People have told me, hey, NL, I've forgotten my own rat pattern. Thanks to you, I didn't actually realize. And we never should have been hit twice here. This is embarrassing, but I didn't realize it was different for everybody until very recently. So that's our up room. We got hit twice on probably like the easiest room. You gotta go. How are you alive? There we go. Just trying to see what payday dudes we got as well. Yo, the drill. I hate to say it, I need to keep the medical kit for now. But we can at least, like, use the drill once. No, we can't. I'm sorry. So we have to keep med kit. Otherwise, I would take it. I promise you that. Because last time I didn't take the drill, people, they raked me over the coals. They called me a coward. I understand now. I've learned my lesson. That the drill is very good. But if I don't get the medical kit here, I'm going to die. Even though it did give me a third payday, man. Up, right up. Now, this is a lot of pressure, because if I die anyway, it'll be comical. Okay. Right, please. Oh, the dog got something back there. Get him. So I think we have blank. No. We have blank and punch as our two dudes. Let's start here, I think. But wait, we want full ammo. Let's take half ammo for the gunbow first, and then full ammo for, like, I don't even know what could be missing. I guess, yeah, Excalibur got pretty low. Okay. So the medical kit, you just wait, ideally, until you get to a half heart. I know we can't go back. I wish we could. Honestly, like, if I didn't think... Terrible start. We're gonna lose all of our money here on this one, by the way, so don't get that twisted. Thank you, Blank Man. If I didn't think that this was basically a prerequisite to keep me alive, I wouldn't have kept medical kit, because it's literally doing nothing. Good. Very smart blank. That was an uncocky blank. That's all I could ever ask for out of myself. So now this next part, it shouldn't be that bad. If you don't have to use medical kit, you don't have to use it. But if you get a spacebar item that does anything for you, you'd probably be wise to take them up on the offer. Okay, so we're swapping out. I honestly... Okay, mass shotgun doesn't quite have the range I need. Oh. He opened up a little portal for me and totally screwed up my muscle memory. That's on me. I could have just stayed in the circle we were already in. Basically, just use anything here. Okay, don't use that. Use this. I like this fight as well because it actually incentivizes using multiple guns. Not every fight in Gungeon, I think. That was so bad. Gets there. What did I do there? Well, I went, well, I can hit him one more time with the sling. So why don't we try? Dumb. Very dumb idea. Okay, and this is not piercing, so we'll go back to the Thomas gun. Because these guys die in one hit, there's just a lot of them. Very little to fear. So it's a longer fight than I would like. Get in there. There you go. So don't make the same mistake. All this gives us is a lot of opportunities for redemption. Got very confused yet again. My brain's like an old computer, you know, it's feeding off these punch cards. With a speed upgrade and a blank lord, this should not be a problem. If the punch cards are even slightly different from the supposed pattern, There's no recourse. Big miss. So, people have been yelling at me. They've been saying, NL, why don't you ever try to bounce the shots from the sling? The honest answer, and I still don't know the honest response to that, I still don't know the answer to this question, is I don't know if it does bonus damage. I don't know if you're just trolling me. Thank you. Thank you, Blank Lord. Maybe it does. Let me tell you, I'm happy to be on Punch-Out. Things got a little spotty here. Okay, we want a phase 1 counter, please, my friend. Phase 1 counter. Bad start. I tried to spam an input. Phase 1 counter. Got him. Oh, that's huge. Okay. Should have blocked. That's okay. HP's still looking solid. I will never counter that. Just stack the damage. Okay, bad. With plenty of time. Missing the cheese just hurts because that's the easiest super. It's the most risk-free super get. Please do something. Still good for time. Don't get it twisted. Okay, we'll just knock him. Oh, maybe we won't. Okay, here we go. Phase 3, give me some supers. Really, when I say give me some supers, I mean like there's one attack that I know of that I can easily get super off of. Don't time me out, you son of a gun. Who do you think you are? Soda Popinski? Good. I'll settle for knocking him out with the super. Never mind. I'll settle for the kill. Do something. Good enough. Much spottier. Much spottier than our previous Punch-Out, but we stayed in the pocket. We got the win. And you know what? 4 keys, still pretty good. And we only got 4 last time, so that's same boat. We got some guns. We have no need for the medical kit, unfortunately. Dude, Excalibur is so good. Or not Fight Saber, that's what this one's called. Okay. Take me down to the next floor. Alrighty, boys. Can't complain. Too much. We have a lot of curse. That's the one thing. So, Commando, please take full ammo. And then, I think, maybe even the Excalibur. We didn't use very much. Go for sling ammo, but... yeah, this is what I'm looking for. And, of course, you know... okay, we're not going to get this one. We did get the Emmentaler. But I'm never going to let the top right pass us by. So what was the other one, then? It must have been partially aged cheese. Which is a bad one to miss out on, but... them's the breaks. Can't really complain. Okay, so... I guess we'll stand a little closer. It's a lesson learned. Oh, he did get to the other one. He got his appetite back. Alright. Alrighty. Now, I know there's gonna be some discourse. And now, I really wish you'd gotten the dang drill, dude. I don't remember how this one works. One sec. High caliber. Fires a shot, marks the enemy, causes the enemy's soul to leave the body. If the player contacts the soul, the enemy takes massive damage. That's right. It has 666 ammo, but it uses 6 per shot. Got it. I honestly think we'll probably use like Fight Saber on the boss, so let's use this for now. Why not? Seems interesting, right? I wanted to see how massive this massive damage truly was. Pretty great. So yeah, there will be some discourse, you know. NL, you should have taken the drill. The only thing I'll say is, you know, maybe you're right. But it's hard to, you know, ask a YouTuber content creator to be like, you know, my best chance of success? Yeah, just toss that to the wayside, you know? I get that it's for the entertainment value of all involved, but you're kind of asking somebody to throw away a free win. And not even a free win, like a win that, you know, they might have worked fairly hard to achieve. I don't know if I would call it hard work, so to speak, but you get what I mean. Yeah, let's open it. Dude, I love mutation. So that's all I'll say. And I don't need to say much in my own defense, but it's really just unfortunate that it happened to be the drill, because the drill was probably the item that people most want to see. So, you know, I've already had it in mind as something that I want to, you know, take on the regular. But if it's that or a win, it's a tough call, you know what I mean? Okay, so here's the thing. We can hover. So I think if I can give up unarmored to increase the rarity of the chest or the quality of the chest, I will do so. They didn't let me shoot. Try again. I can't. They got hacks. They won't let me out there to do it. Ah, still. Gold and chest. Dude, Laser Lotus I think is pretty okay as well. And there's armor down here. We can pick it up. I tried, okay? I tried. Yo, it seems very good. Anyway, that's my rationale. You know, sure, we're at that point in Isaac. What's happening? I stepped on electrified water. Okay, you know what, Laser Lotus? You had your chance. We're at that point in Isaac. I'll oftentimes pass up, you know, a brimstone to maybe make the run a little bit more interesting. But not always. And certainly not in the first, like, year of playing. Okay, I'm just bad, is the thing. I'm just walking into bullets. What I'm trying to do is make high caliber too good. It's already good, but I'm trying to force it. And it's dumb. It's not high caliber's fault, it's my fault. What I'm gonna do is go fight saber. What I'm trying to avoid, by the way, is just using the obvious choice of the Emmentaler forever. Because, like, if you wanted to win easily and probably quickly, the Emmentaler would be your #1 choice. And you might say, NL. But I thought you didn't want to lose your guaranteed win. Yeah, well, you know, I'm a man of many, you know, idiosyncrasies. I hope you know that at the heart of all of my decisions, there's a composite of things involved. But the main thing is this going to entertain the audience? You know, without making me look too horrible in the process. And in my experience, the audience likes silly play. All right, I'll take it. That's just good enough to win. Please. Dude, I've lost so much money from loot bag, and it's entirely, like, 1000% my own fault. Hold on, there's an item? Oh, Guanstone. So that's kind of where I try to position myself. But given that I still lose the occasional Gungeon run. I don't even think, I'm probably past the point where I even have to justify myself, but given that I still lose the occasional Gungeon run. Ooh, another flare gun synergy. I think we made the prudent decision, okay? And that's the bottom line. I got a little spooked there, too. Oh, I took damage! Yo, I'm playing so badly now. It's like I've got the medical kit in my pocket. So I just know, like, oh, you're good. Don't even worry about it, dude. You know your run's good. When you got so many things going on, the sound kind of breaks. It's usually a great sign. Starting to think this might not be the best DPS. It probably is the safest option for us, even though we got hit. You gotta chalk that one up to user error. ×2. Hey, Blank Lord, don't get too excited here. You know, I'm kind of using his bullets against him. Alright, very, very bad play on this fight. So here's what we're gonna do. For the next floor, I'm gonna be smarter and I'm going to be less dumb. If I can accomplish both of those, I think we're totally fine. By the way, I was wondering why every enemy was on fire, and I've realized now this the real synergy, like the real life pro tip, is in the comments. Blanks burn. And we have a payday man who blanks all the time. Honestly, toss me this monster blood, my man. What do you synergize with? Let me guess, the flare gun. No. Oh, dude. Anything that synergizes with mutation is A-okay with me. We did find the secret room on this floor. So if we can't afford a key, we can't afford a key. Doesn't matter. Alright, moving onwards. We have the med kit. So we really should have a win basically sewn up. As long as I don't do what I did on the last floor, which was basically go out of my way to be bad. Good work, boys. Just why? To be honest, I didn't think he could hit me around the wall. But I've probably been hit by that like 75 times. It's okay. Like I said, what do I say when I talk about this stuff? Your performance on a run does not always determine whether or not you're going to win. It obviously influences it, but I think on this run, I played well enough when I needed to, and then now that things are... I've got senioritis, you know? Not old age, like we get it, you're 30, but senioritis, like, you know, in high school, you're like... You apply for colleges in your first semester of senior year. So literally, like, all the acceptance is based on stuff that happened prior. Oh, we're gonna go for it, absolutely. Is based on stuff that happened prior to the second semester of your senior year. So seniors sometimes tend to get a little bit less diligent. Okay, it's sadly not good enough. I would love it to be. They tend to get a little bit less diligent in their second half of their senior year. Now, I've heard that, like, senioritis, you know, schools have made efforts to counteract it. They're like, you know, your offers become conditional based on, you know, consistent academic performance after accepting the offer, but, you know, it still happens. It happened in Canada, too, like, We were told there's like a class we had to take in Ontario, basically about like life preparation, but mostly career preparation. But it was like, hey, when you apply for university, like basically 90% of whether or not you're going to get in depends on your 11th grade marks. And then like 5% 10th grade and like 5% the first semester at 12th grade. So, excuse me, sir. I was trying to shoot and then reload my fight saber to make sure I never had the opportunity to take damage ever. Now, whether or not that's true, I don't know. I'm telling you what I was told by my career's teacher, who at the time of telling us this was quite literally in his 70s. So he might have been a little outdated with his information at the time. And then on top of that, it was, I mean, I took that class in 2004, so, you know, it's like 15 years ago. It's probably more than 15 years ago as well, because it was in the winter semester, because you asked. Honestly, I'm gonna miss the fight saber when it's gone. Did we just shoot his own skull back at him? We're still gonna be fine. Keep in mind we do have the med kit. I dare not finish the run. Oh, we can't even reload. Okay. I dare not finish the run. Can't shoot. Without using the med kit, even if we have to just use it for sport after we've already killed the boss. Because I know you'll never forgive me until tomorrow at 3 p.m. when the new episode goes up. That hit. This is where you charge up this bad boy. Oh, that's the good stuff. Okay. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about, and the reason I'll probably end up popping medical kit a little early, like now, is I just didn't know if there would be a, I know we're out of ammo, I just need a second to change. I didn't know if there would be like an Estus Flask style cooldown with it, or like an animation timer. Bad roll, but apart from that, we were doing good stuff. We made it. I was just worried that it would take a second to use, and if it took a second to use, we could get hit on our last HP and blah, blah, blah. Okay, it was a pretty safe run. Yeah, hey, why don't you come over here, you big dummy? That's my impression of this Joaquin Phoenix down here. 2 pretty good runs in a row, and you know what I can really take from today's 3-episode recording session? Yes, 1 bad death against the rat, it happens. What I can really take from it, and we can go over top of that in case you've forgotten because of the fact that your boy had hover boots, is that we're doing a lot better at Punch-Out. Still making mistakes, but we're making mistakes by trying to get more keys, which has definitely given us a ton of momentum for the rest of the game. Either way, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Really appreciate your support, and I'll see you next time. Boom!